I believe that leadership is about empowering people to be the best versions of themselves. And then while having this process together, achieving the goal.
Hello everyone, in today's Mitti Ke Rang podcast, we have with us Greta Kesa. She is the head of customer success at Mind Valley, which is the personal growth and education company. She's also passionate about leadership and development. And on the top of it, she's a Zumba instructor. So let's welcome her to our podcast. Thank you for joining today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
So how's your work life treating you these days?
Actually, it's a bit challenging these days because currently I am in Lithuania, my home country, visiting my friends and family for summertime for a few months, and I'm still working. So now I have to adjust to different time zones. And when I wake up, everything in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, where I'm based, is already going on. So nothing is bad, but just a little bit more of challenges in scheduling meetings, adjusting to time zones, etc.
So I guess the time difference is like 3 to 4 hours, right?
Five to
5
12.
hours, okay. So it's pretty much tough.
Yeah, but then my mornings are very busy here in Europe. And then afternoons are easier because everybody goes to sleep,
Yeah, that's true. So before we start, I would really like if you could introduce yourself as who is Greta and what exactly inspires you and motivates you as a person.
Sure. Well, this question, who is Greta, is very broad one, right? It really depends, where I would like to put the emphasis on. But I would probably firstly say that, I'm a happy person who is looking how to spread my happiness and my understanding of the world, and how to actually, as cliche as it sounds, how to leave this place a better place than I found. Either it would be through my direct professional life in Mind Valley, or through my different passion projects, or even through writing on LinkedIn about leadership, right? Or even through doing Instagram stories and stuff. I really believe that, each of us can impact each other through each interaction. And I do believe that this is kind of my mission in the world, to leave it a better place. And if you ask, what inspires me, actually, I have thought about it a lot, and a lot of discussions and contests and everything, this question pops up. And I don't have like a person, right, who inspires me, or a subject or something, but more it's like I'm really inspired when my actions have a positive impact to other people. And it kind of becomes, if I take a step and I see that someone can benefit out of that, then usually I feel this drive and energy, and I can work a lot, and it really makes me happy. So I would answer like that.
So the impacts that you create, the positive impacts that you create, makes you more passionate and drives
Yeah,
you
it's
to
basically,
achieve.
it's basically creating some impact, getting energized by that, and having more even energy to do that further.
So that's really, you put very beautifully how who is Greta and what inspires you. So I would really like to know about your passion projects, which you just mentioned, and I think Zumba is one of that. So I would really
That's
like,
true.
yeah. So I really would like to know that how come Zumba came to your life, and being a Zumba instructor, and what are other passion projects you have.
Sure. There's no secret about that. It's just that from early teenage years, I really liked Latin music and all the movement and dances. And I remember I really wanted to go and learn, and I have been doing this, but my husband didn't really want to go to dance with me a lot, in all those classes. And then I thought, oh, maybe there is Zumba thing. And then I tried a few times and I really liked it. And then at some point, I think when I was doing Mind Valley program called Life Book, when you are thinking what is the vision for the future in certain areas of your life, and in my category of health and fitness, I wrote to become a Zumba instructor, just out of nowhere. I just felt it at that moment and I wrote it. And basically what happened, one year I didn't do anything. And then I was looking at my Life Book and just reading what I wrote 1 year ago. And I was thinking, maybe I can just try it out. So I found the closest instructor training, and then I thought I have nothing to lose, just a little bit of money, but maybe it can be an investment, I never know. And then I went there, I got the license, I had so much fun, and then there was a pause because I didn't know how to start. I was maybe overthinking too much, etc. But then the lockdown happened in the world, right? And we all got locked at home. And I was thinking, okay, now it's a sign that I can't even start my Zoom at all. But actually, it was a sign that I can start it because I started virtual classes. And during all lockdown, a few months, I have been just, having 40 to 50 lessons in total. And I think it was an amazing start generally. So yeah, so that was about Zumba, and I just wanted to have my passion, and just it really makes me happy that I can spread that joy and just to be around and exercise at the same time. So it's perfect combination.
That is nice. So what are your other passion projects you have?
So other thing is actually LinkedIn, and I assume this is how we got connected, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I started feeling that I really love leadership side of things. And I was thinking I really want to start writing on LinkedIn and sharing my thoughts. At first I had this understanding of who am I to share? What can I even share? This inner critic that whatever I believe in, it's so clear, it's so obvious, I shouldn't be even sharing it, and who's gonna read, etc. So I went through this cycle of self-doubt and overthinking. But then somebody told me, just try, just try something, why not? And I tried, and I saw that it connects with people. So one of my passion projects is actually leadership side. And this is how also during lockdown, I started doing my monthly webinars on leadership on certain topics because I really feel passionate about it. I really love experimenting with my team in a good way and seeing what things work the best. So that's why, I really feel like LinkedIn can be this platform where we can learn a lot from each other and share our perspectives. And then again, to make this world a better place, because my understanding is that if at least one person can get inspired from my post, or can get a thought that, okay, maybe this is a good idea, then my job is done. It really makes me happy. So that would be the second one. The third one is that it's still in very early stages, but I am piloting my happiness program. It's 12 weeks happiness program, and now I'm having it. I hope so. I don't know. I'm also having weird feelings about that. Because happiness, this word is also very cliche, right? Like to be happy, and everybody are experts, and everybody's teaching each other how to live. So I don't want to go into these extremes, but when I was building this program, I wanted this to be something that people can find their own definition of happiness, and then they can understand from various reflective exercises what does it mean to them and what they can do in order to feel happy in the now and also for the future. So I'm testing it out. I'm piloting my first group, and then let's see what goes from here. But I'm super curious what kind of results I can get out of that.
That is amazing.
Yes, I think.
So yeah, happiness project. I feel that many of us don't know what exactly happiness is. Sometimes we confuse our happiness with things or with people. So I guess this is a nice way to find out what exactly makes you happy and passionate on top of it.
Yeah, not what Google says,
Yeah, exactly. The Google, if you search what makes you happy, the Google will tell you the whole list of what things other people makes happy of. So before we start, I would really like to know what exactly leadership is according to you. What is it? Because you also head a team, so you write a lot of LinkedIn posts on leadership, and it's very amazing, and how you beautifully put how to tackle teammates. So I would really like to know your version of leadership.
Yeah. I don't know if I have one definition of leadership, because I also believe that Google is good for definitions. I'm not very good at that. But I believe that leadership is about empowering people to be the best versions of themselves. And then while having this process together, achieving the goal, certain goal, and going towards the mission. Because even though, a lot of people are talking about the importance of the team, which I totally support, I do think that leader can also develop individuals and make them stronger, and this way make the team stronger itself. So that's why I am the fan of personalized approach, attention, trust, and empowering people. So that the team can achieve much more. And for me, when I start thinking about leadership, I always think, oh my god, like all leaders have so much power, but also so much responsibility to set the tone and to see how to roll things out, because we have this all this time in our hands to work however we want. And that's both exciting and a bit scary, right? Because you can mess things up. Yeah, but I'm super passionate about that too.
Yeah, that is true. So how do you manage your time and your work, and on the top of it, managing your people around you?
Mm-hmm. I actually, I'm kind of in a transition process, not a transition itself, but to one type of team to another type of team. And that's why, again, I prove myself that very important part is, setting expectations and understanding what are the communication rules and how team evolves, and understanding how meetings can serve not only in updating each other or discussing certain business challenges and coming up with solutions, but also meetings can be a tool for team bonding, or more like understanding each other or getting to know more about your colleagues. So I'm trying to actually build all weekly meetings, those like in a cadence perspective, so that they bring value not only for business but for people as well. Because if people feel comfortable with each other, I think if they know more about each other, then they can better work as a team. So I try my best to plan meetings this way. At the same time, I am always putting the emphasis on personal meetings with my team members. And unless something comes up, or a challenge or a vacation, I usually do bi-weekly one-on-ones with my team members. Even though, let's say, until now I had like 12 direct reports, so that's quite a number, right? And other people in this huge team are being managed by others. But still, I think if I invest this half an hour to one person every 2 weeks, this can be a space for this person to express his or her, I don't know, well-being, to understand how they feel, to understand their challenges, to see how I can support them better. And I think for them, it's also nice, to have this attention, undivided attention, where they can just feel themselves. And just through this connection, in a silent way, you actually help business as well, because then these people feel supported and they feel way more motivated to move forward and work towards their projects.
Yeah, that is true. So how you give some time to your single everyone in your team employees, right? So that is nice. If some, like I have gone through some articles and I got to know that some startups usually fail because of lack of team bonding. So what do you advise to the aspiring leaders to how to connect with their employees, how to connect with their mates, colleagues? So how they can do that?
Mm-hmm. I have very strong opinion about this team building and bonding. I do believe that team culture can be created naturally in a way. So what I mean by this, it's very popular opinion that you need to have certain team building exercises or team days, or certain structured rules, described on how to build the team. That is okay. I think that is a plus. But what really matters is what you do every day. What are everyday interactions and communication feeling among team leader and the team, or among all team members. Why I'm saying this? Because imagine, like, we can set the rule that, we are all friendly, and then we share something about ourselves every team meeting, and then once per month maybe we go for dinner, for example. So we can have this sounds nice. But if, for example, one of my team members make a mistake, and then I just start shouting at them in the middle of the meeting, what happens to the culture? So that's why I'm saying, I think the culture is being built through each interaction, every day. And we want it or not, leader is the one who is setting the mood. Because, if you are, as a leader, setting some communication rules and expectations to the team, but then you're behaving in a totally different way, team sees that. And then, we can't expect from team members to behave nice to each other and be very helpful and be very happy and cheerful if you as a leader, you're not like that. We want it or not, you are the one setting up the mood. You're the one showing, the example. And that's why I love this concept, leading by example. Because everybody is so smart. People are not, blind or something. They see when things are not based on integrity. And that's why, like, my biggest advice would be showcase practically and openly the behaviors that you want to see in the team. And start from behaviors. Start from everyday actions. Start caring honestly for your team. Because if you only say that you care because it sounds nice, then better to say, hey guys, I really care now about business. I don't have time for you. We roll it this way. I think it's even better, even though it's harsh. It's even better than pretending how cool I am, how much I care, even though I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I answered your question. Did I?
Yeah, you definitely answered it. So I like how you put, like, first, you have to be conscious about what you speak and how you react in front of the people, or maybe individually, anytime, anyway. So I would like to know, like, in personally, it's very nice to make a personal bonding and a team bonding. When there was no lockdown, it was much more easier, I guess. And because the virtually we are meeting each other and we're at our homes, it is a little difficult. So how do you manage in these times?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love this question because I remember in the middle, or maybe in the beginning of lockdown, we had a discussion and somebody said, oh my God, now the team culture is going towards being individualistic, not team-based. And now everybody's just doing their thing and the team culture just disappears. And I don't think it's true. I think these challenges and these hard times are just showing strongly what the team was really about. If the team culture was all about only official procedures, right? And this, okay, I have to come for team lunch, so I'll come because it's in the office, and you're not really feeling it. Of course, during the lockdown, it disappears because you're not forced anymore, right? You're eating lunch by your table at home. But if the team was honestly loving each other and caring for each other, and they had this real team feeling, I think these challenging times are even opportunities to bond even more. As an example, right? So I was thinking that the times of the day where I love the most are our daily short catch-ups with the team. Because no matter what kind of mood I have, we meet, then we laugh, and it's really nice. We just set the mood and we become super happy. But then we couldn't meet. We were just meeting over Hangouts or Zoom. So I decided to introduce this crazy challenge called Wow Challenge, because the team was called like that, Wow Team. So every day we would need to come dressed up in a different outfit, right? Based on the theme. And every time when I was opening my camera, I would laugh so much because we had the themes of, beach or winter or red or fancy or animals, like anything like this. And then people were using their creativity in mornings to just dress up and then show up to the meeting. So we wouldn't be talking much about this dressing up challenge or something during meetings, but that created so much fun and bond that we felt, oh my God, we're even closer than we were before, because it was nice. At the same time, I want to emphasize, this probably wouldn't work if the team was not comfortable with each other before, right? Because we were making silly faces, silly costumes of ourselves. So if the team was feeling, like, oh, I don't really like these people, or something like that, this probably wouldn't work. But what I mean by that, and why I'm telling this example, is because we can always use our creativity, no matter if it's lockdown or not lockdown. It's only, the wish, the understanding that you have all your tools. That's why I'm saying leaders have so much power and at the same time so much responsibility. Because again, one example, I don't want to put myself like, oh, I am so cool, but I know this works, so that's why I will share. Let's say one of the weekends I was baking banana muffins. I'm usually not the best cook, but I just decided because it was lockdown. And then I got addresses of all of my team members because we are in the same city. And I simply send them over the delivery, send them a muffin and a personalized note written by hand, what I appreciate about them. And again, that was kind of showing the care for the team. Even though we were locked, even though we didn't see each other for 2 months or so, there are ways how we can spread this kindness. And I'm really the fan of spreading kindness in the team, because this is where the team bond is being built.
Yes, that is true. So, by summing it up, it's like, you have to be creative as a leader. And on the top of it, you have to take care of every single individual in your team and be kind to your teammates.
That's true. That's very well summarized.
Thank you so much. So, I would like to know that you said before that being a leader, you have to be the best version of yourself. So, how we can emphasize on that? Can you please put more light on it?
Sure. I do believe that in order to lead the others, we firstly need to know how to lead ourselves. And this means that we need to be aware of our strong points, but also of our, weaknesses or points to improve, and not be silent about it. Because I remember when I took over the team, I was very new in Mindvalley still. I was only 5.5 months in the company. And if immediately I started pretending that I know it all and I'm so smart and, I'll handle everything, that would be weird. So I was just openly saying, guys, I have my passion, I have my drive, I am ready to work hard, but there are things that I don't know and I will need your help. And I think this vulnerability part of leadership is also strongly, strongly set in me, because I do believe that if we are vulnerable as leaders, we can set the tone for the trust so that the team understands that, oh, she's not perfect, then I don't have to be perfect as well. Or she makes mistakes. Oh, so that's okay. I can experiment and it's okay to sometimes make mistakes. Because I think through vulnerability, we can also build this trust and the feeling like, I'm asking for your help, even though maybe hierarchy-wise, I am higher, but actually we're just human beings that are learning to be better. So that's why, this journey of self-leadership is so crucial. When you first admit where you need help, you're aware what are your points to improve. And of course, you are working towards fixing them. Because let's say one example, as I'm setting this open communication in the team and I'm trying to do my best so that they feel safe, several times I got the feedback from my team members, which was not the most pleasant one, when they were saying things that I'm like, oops, ouch, like how do I now work about it? But then again, you thank for the feedback and then you try to think, okay, what can I do about it? And then I was taking, certain steps, or even, reading books or trying to adapt my behavior so that this feedback would be taken into consideration. And team really appreciates that. And even when they see that the leader is also on self-growth journey and leader wants to improve and leader doesn't pretend that, he or she is perfect, then team members are feeling better. And then they understand that we all are humans after all.
It gives a space to make mistakes and hence it enhances the creativity as well.
Yeah, and that's why during team meetings, weekly team meetings, we are starting with a victory of the week and failure of the week, and we all are sharing. And
That is
I'm also sharing my failure of the week, like where did I mess up?
that is really nice to be open amongst your team as well, to be a
Yeah,
leader.
that's so true.
So you need to show yourself as being growing with every work that you are doing and being creative with that.
That's true.
So, in your journey, what challenges did you face as being a leader, and how did you cope up with that?
Oh my God, where to start?
The major
Let me.
challenges.
Yeah, sure. In my student years, I was totally different leader. I got the nickname of dictator,
Okay.
which I'm not proud at all, but this just shows the journey that people can change. Because my challenge was I was only focused on numbers and how to make things happen, but I wanted to do it all myself. I was total control freak, and I did not understand the power of empowering others and that we all can go towards that, right? So that was my biggest challenge, and I don't think that at that time my team was happy and satisfied, but that was thankfully like 9 8 years ago. And then I went on this journey of developing myself and becoming totally different leader, and I hope I became one, and I'm still becoming. So that was one challenge, to understand the need and the importance of people management in the team, that it's not only numbers, right? It's also people and this care aspect. Second challenge, one of the biggest ones that I'm thinking of, is how to motivate the team not based on salary or bonuses or something like, oh, I'll give you a day off, but actually through other things. Because when I was leading teams in student organization, we were all volunteers. And this is where I needed to learn how to actually emphasize the vision and the mission of the team, and how to get team engaged and happy to move forward and think, oh my God, we can reach this together. Isn't it amazing? And and one more, I guess, which happened with Mind Valley when I newly became a leader. When I told you, only after 5.5 months of being in the company, is that a lot of team members were way more experienced than I was. And I was thinking, oh my God, how can I lead them? But then again, you have to be humble, you have to be open, you have to be vulnerable, and to learn not to look at leadership as, oh my God, I know it all and now I'll teach you. But actually, that leadership is gathering people around and using their strongest points to reach the goal. But that was at first very challenging to show to those more experienced team members that I'm not coming to change them. I'm not coming to tell them exactly what to do or to micromanage, that I have their trust and I'm asking them to trust me too. So I would say these are main three challenges that I experienced as a leader, but there are challenges every day, to be honest.
That is true. Okay, I just pointed out one thing that I would like to really ask and put more focus on. You said that you have to inspire your mates as why we have to achieve this rather than on the basis of salary or bonuses or a day off. So, can you emphasize more on it, like how we can do that?
Sure. So, for example, the majority of my team members have been doing customer support, which is, doing emails. And even though in Kuala Lumpur, in headquarters, we do have other projects, more strategic ones, but we still need to do emails, because otherwise our students of Mind Valley wouldn't be supported, right? And we can look at that as, okay, what is the job? To answer emails, send the email, bam, done. But this becomes hectic, this becomes boring, this becomes hard, to understand that what am I doing at my job? I'm sending emails. So then I started, emphasizing during each team meeting how important it is, to understand the role of our team. That our team is not the one who's answering emails. Our team is the only team who can save the day of the customer. Because if that's not us, customers wouldn't get answers. Customers' problems wouldn't be solved. And I was trying to, like, my best to emphasize it in every meeting in the beginning, that, guys, our role is so crucial. We are a very important team in Mind Valley. Because otherwise, customers will just stay, crying in the corner, and as I would say, and that's it, without the answer. So how to put it in practice for other leaders is know why you're doing what you're doing. What is simply the mission of your team, right? It's not that you're just answering emails. You're serving customers. It's not that you are just, like calculating numbers, being an accountant field, right? But you are maybe ensuring that all financial things are correct, which is also super powerful, because if there are mistakes there, business can go bankrupt.
Yeah.
So you as a leader, you have to understand what's the bigger vision and constantly remind it. Especially when you talk about KPIs, about numbers, don't talk it about only as numbers. Think how you can transfer into the mission. So let's say when we talk about time to first response, because this is customer support metric, I'm not only saying, okay, our time to first response is XYZ, but I'm saying that on average, customers are waiting XYZ in order to get our first response. Can you imagine, guys? Imagine yourself in this situation. And that's why it's important for us to help them. And then it's like, oh yeah, okay. So I think the mission can't be emphasized too much. The more you talk about it, the more it is ingrained into people's understanding. And in those difficult times when they come, when you need the team to ask to go extra mile, they would be way more willing to go that extra mile if they understand the purpose behind that.
So basically telling them what the mission of the company is, and on the top of it, what does your department do as a whole to create a proper environment.
Yeah, exactly. And reminding it.
So basically infitting everyone with the why and, creating that energy into them.
Yeah, definitely.
So that is true. So I would like to know, how did you came across Mind Valley? Because it's such a huge company to know. So I would like to know about that.
Yeah, sure.
About your journey.
So I was part of student organization called ISEC, and Mind Valley was a partner company. And when I was in one international conference, I think in 2012 or 13, Mind Valley was presenting there, and I was looking there and thinking, oh my God, that's not a bad place to be. But it seemed too good to be true. I didn't think that this can be a reality. I just thought, okay, for some people, probably not for me. But I didn't think too much about it as concrete, workspace for me. But then two of my friends went to Mind Valley, they got accepted, and they started writing to me and saying, Greta, what about you? And I'm like, oh my God, they got there. So this seems more as reality. Why don't I apply? And I was looking at various positions, but because I don't have any hard skills, let's say video editing or strong marketing funnel understanding, or what else, or tech skills like programming, I was thinking, where can I put my, leadership skills or soft skills or this project management? And then somebody told me, try customer support. You can start from there and you can move later to other teams. And that was my plan, to be in customer support for maybe 2-3 months and then move on. But here I am, more than 2 years later, leading the team. So this is how it went.
So that's a really sweet journey that you told about, like how it was so unexpected, and then you land up there only.
Yeah,
and that's on the same department, kind of, right?
Yeah, and it's literally moving to other side of the world, from Lithuania and Europe, to Malaysia, the heart of Asia. And it's like, okay, let's just do it.
So to wrap it up, I have a few questions. So what advice you would like to give to a young leader and aspire?
If you're not willing to show honest care to your people, don't even do leadership. Just do something else, find something that you're good at and become amazing specialist. You can earn a lot of money, have recognition, amazing. But if you don't have passion for developing others and honestly caring for them, then don't.
So I have second question. So what advice would you like to give to your younger self, 5 years younger self?
Oh, I know. less overthinking, more doing. Because my only regret is that I would be thinking too much of a lot of scenarios, what if. And I believe, like, I'm very happy with the life I'm creating. I'm super satisfied and I'm achieving a lot, and I think I'm building my future in a best way. However, if only I stopped thinking and doubting myself that much, and thinking what others would do or what others would think, I think I would have achieved way more, and I would be even happier 5 years ago. Because the only problem is that I doubted myself too much. And I still am. So it's also for present me.
So self-doubt, I guess it is with us, but it really matters how much we manage with it. Because I think that I also have the same problem of overthinking last 5 years. And then somehow I overcame it and tried it. Okay, let's just do it, and then I just enjoy it, and then okay, I overcome that feeling.
That's true. That's true. And congratulations on doing this podcast. I think it's super crucial that you're taking this step.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for taking out time and giving out your information and insights about leadership and happiness. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Khushi.